welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis, and this is not going to be a prophetic word, just putting it out there right now, but this is going to be one of my many videos that I have of my testimonies, and I know this channel I only pretty much post messages from the Lord, but for the longest, I felt like the Lord has been wanting me to start giving my testimonies out and just not only make this channel about, what He wants you guys to know, but also as evidence that He is who He says He is, in case any of you guys are in disbelief about what He can do in your life. So this is a testimony, I guess, or a story time testimony. I don't really know. You decide what you want to call it. It's pretty much He called me. So the Lord called me. He called me when I was not looking for Him. He called me when I was not even... Okay, so this happened about 7 years ago when I was about 20 years old, like 19, 20 years old. And when I tell you guys, at this time of my life, I was of the world. Like, I was of the world. My main priority was drinking, smoking weed, and whoever I was with at that time, whatever boyfriend I had, that was it. Like, that was my priority. I was not praying. I was not seeking God. I was not reading my Bible. At this point, I think it had been like a few years since I've actually got on my knees and prayed. But it's crazy because, it's not crazy, but a backstory of that is I was actually raised in a Christian home. Like, my dad is a faithful believer of Christ, like straight off rip, and my mom is as well. So I had the that foundation, but the foundation was not planted into the soil. You know what I mean? It was kind of like I was like wavering in between, like being a believer and out of this world. So when I was home, I was one way. Y'all, the minute I left that house, I was in those streets. Okay, not like in that way, but like I was just trying to have fun. So this was the time that the Lord called my name. Now, mind you guys, all the stuff that I know now about who He is, I didn't know then. I wasn't spiritual at all. I was just, once again, I was of the world. My focus was just getting high, going to school, passing my classes, going out for drinks or whatever, right? So basically, so He called my name, and this was an audible voice. This was not something that I felt on the inside. No, this was an audible voice. I remember it was one night I was on my way to the gas station to go put gas in my car, and my dad was sitting upstairs. So as I'm reaching for the door handle to go put gas in my car, it was like the voice was right here. It's like if someone was sitting right next to you and if they just said your name. The voice was right here next to me, and I remember it was a male voice, and it said Alexis. It was stern but loving at the same time. I can't really explain it. I thought it was my dad, so I scream. I'm like, yes. It's quiet. I'm like, Daddy, did you call me? And he's like, no. I'm like, I just heard my name called. And he was like, that wasn't me. Now, once again, my dad is a firm believer of Christ, so he already knew what was up. But me, I was like, what? Because, guys, it was such a clear voice, and it was like right here, like in my ear, and it said Alexis. And I thought my dad called me, but he didn't call me. So that night, that just tripped me up. That entire night, I was just thinking about it, and I was just like, huh? And then once again, guys, at this time, I was not seeking out God. I was not looking for Him, but He was looking for me. And I knew, like in my spirit, I knew that that was God. And I didn't know how. I didn't know why He called my name. Like I didn't know anything about the Bible, but I just knew that that was Him, and He called my name. And you would think that after that, that instance, I got my life together. No. Guys, when I tell you, it took 6 to 7 years for me to answer God. It took 6 to 7 years for me to answer Him. He called me 6 years ago, and He waited. Guys, He waited for me to answer Him. He has not called my name since, but I would always remember that he called my name. He called me by name. And you know, I did post a video the other day about a change of heart. When the Lord says he's changing people's hearts, he is changing hearts. And I look at me, you know what I mean? It's like we see this in the Bible all the time. Like the Bible kind of like things repeat itself in the Bible a lot, or like in real life. So Saul, sorry guys, Saul turned into Paul. You know what I mean? The Bible always talks about the Lord using sinners and turns them into like evangelists and prophets and, you know, ministers and those kind of people. So when the Lord says he's changing hearts, he's changing hearts. He changed my heart, guys. Like when I tell you guys, I didn't even used to pray. I didn't even used to get on my knees. I did not like going to church. I didn't. Like I went because I knew that made my dad, my earthly dad, happy. But if it was up to me, I would just stay home and sleep in or whatever, do something else. I did not like going to church, didn't read the Bible, didn't pray, didn't consult with God about anything, guys, okay? But yeah, so I just want you guys, so where's that? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place right now. But I just wanted to let you guys know that God is a patient God, you know, because it took 6 years, and you know, you would think that I would have gotten better. No, I pretty much gotten worse after that. After he called my name, I was sinning, doing all these crazy things for 6 years, and he waited for me for 6, 7 years after he called my name for me to answer him. And you know, I mean, of course it took his wrath for me to answer him. I'm not gonna lie, it took wrath, it took judgment for me to be like, okay, for me to get in line. But I got in line. But I just want to let you guys know that well, the Lord wants to let you guys know that, you know, he wants you to know that he doesn't have to call you by name in order to know that he's choosing you. The way that the God shows that he's choosing us is, there was a time maybe where you were supposed to die. You weren't supposed to wake up the next day. You were supposed to get a disease, or you were supposed to die from that disease, or something was supposed to happen, and the Lord came through and basically saved you. That is the Lord calling you by name. Is he personally stepped in and saved you when you were supposed to die, or when you were supposed to, when that bad thing was supposed to happen to you. When he stepped in and intervened, that was him calling you. So